Hello, welcome and welcome back to Italian.oraculum. I'm Danilo and today I'm unboxing the Children of Ostara Tarot. Now, this deck is from, I don't want to say it wrong, Alexandria, Huntington. It's the same author of the Children of Lita and the Nameless One. This essentially is a second tarot in the same style of the Children of Lita, but while that one focused on animal energies, this one focuses on plant energy. In fact, we have a green sort of background instead of a maroon reddish one, but we have a very similar design in the center. It's essentially the same box, just with a change of color and of course title. Now, this is a first edition. I got it on the Kickstarter. So here we go. The magnetic box is very sturdy and really good at protecting the cards. It doesn't completely, like you can see, it doesn't really open completely. You can force it a little bit. I don't want to because I don't want to ruin it, and to be honest, it doesn't really need to be done, in my opinion, at the very least. Now, here we have the first edition sort of certificate with their sign, and we have our little book. We are gonna take a look at the cards in a moment. I've just take a quick look at everything, so I would be a little bit more prepared on what to say. But essentially the book has a small poetry sort of presentation, a message from the author, the copyright info, the index, then a presentation of the deck, the elemental correspondences, sorry, with the minors, and then the what they call the family dynamics between major, minor, aces, and the various scorecards. And then we have a few examples of spreads, a good amount, and then we start with the cards. And we have a small illustration, the title, the plant, both in English and the scientific name in Latin. Then we have a poetry description, meaning of the plant that is associated with the card, and an upright and reverse meaning of the keywords for the upright and reverse meaning of the card themselves. But even if the structure of the tarot sort of follows the Rider-Waite-Smith model, in the keywords you can see the meaning of the flower or of the plant is clearly an added influence, and it is a little bit more central stage. Yes, we have all our majors, then we have our minors, and again small illustration, title, plant, poetry description, plant meaning, reverse and upright keywords. I mean, the keywords are also for the meaning of the plant itself, but it is, from what I can see, a little bit adapted as a general upright and reverse meaning based on the on the plant association. I wanted to give you an example of a core card. Here it is, the King of Cups. Again, title, name of the plant, poetry, description, keyword for the meaning of the plant, and then for the upright and reversed card itself. And it's basically like that for the entirety of the book. We just have a bit annotated bibliography from the author with 3 titles I believe sorry if I misgendered you, she used to reference the plants she chose to add to her card. Now, let's take a look at the cards themselves. The inside of the box is like this. So, black edges, back of the cards is exactly the same as the Children of Lita. And I believe I read in the campaign that she's going to release decks for essentially the entirety of the Wheel of the Year, and essentially they are going to have the same back and edges, because you can then create your sort of custom tarot. So they should essentially be very, very samey between one and the other. It's just going to be a different theme. Again, Lita had animals, here we have plants, and in the end we are going to have multiple rendition essentially of the same or very similar tarot deck with different themes, and we could even pick and choose which cards from which deck to create our own. Now let's go with a quick flip through of the cards themselves. We start with a Fool. As you can see, there are clear references to traditional tarot cards, but of course once again the theme, the element of plants is what takes central stage, and that's something I really appreciate from this deck, from both decks actually, because sometimes it gets a little bit frustrating, I believe, to find a deck with a beautiful illustrations and a beautiful idea, an inspiring idea, and a theme that could be explored in so many ways, and then you go look at the book and it is just the classical description of any Rider-Waite-Smith clone deck, and it's kind of disappointing, to be honest. Now, of course, if the creator of the deck is an illustrator, of course, if the deck is good quality, it has hues, it has merit. I'm not saying it shouldn't be made in the first place, but if it is written by another person, the book, or if the book is sort of an afterthought, maybe declare it as such. Maybe tell us it is a sort of choice to give a generic book, so that the deck, despite not being a traditional one or completely traditional one, gives people a chance to start studying the decks and the tarot, and therefore even beginners shouldn't be afraid to pick up this deck, like something like that. I understand it. It's something I can see a function, a meriton. I see where they're going with it. I am not going to care for the book, and I'm going to just connect with the artwork, and that's going to be it. If you don't, and the artwork and the theme of the deck are extremely, sorry, not extremely, but are quite new or refreshing or inspiring, or like want me to learn more, and I try to learn more in your book, whether it is a separate entity or one that comes with the deck itself, and I don't see a deeper connection with your illustration, just some version of a regular description of tarot and regular sort of mini manual on how to read the cards. It is going to be disappointing. I mean, if I like the deck, I like the deck, and I'm still going to use it. I'm not going to say the deck itself is without merit or problematic or disappointing, but sometimes it feels a little bit I don't want to say cheapened as an experience, but sometimes it does feel like the job was not finished. Sometimes it does feel like what was done for the cards maybe should have been presented as the only thing, and the booklet should have been reduced to maybe a card or a couple of cards with the names, numbers, and a keyword for each of the cards, so it gets like a quick reminder or a very bare bone minimal instrument to connect with the meaning of traditional tarot, and then you develop your own and your own relationship with your cards through your own intuition. Like this deck instead brings truly the meaning of the flowers and the plants into the cards, not just with the illustrations, but also in the little book, which, I mean, little because it's the same measures of the cards, but definitely chunkier than any little white book. As you have seen, the minors are scenic, but there is this sort of repetition of the objects of the suits, and they sometimes once again are like placed in a sort of rigid way. I want to, usually it's in the cuffs, like this sort of situation with the 4, or this with the 6, So it reminds us clearly of the Children of Lita. They could very well be combined already, just the two of them. If maybe you want a deck with both animal and plant energies in it. We have some animals, to be honest, in this deck, because we have a snake here in the Fool, we have butterflies here. Here we don't. Here we have the bird. So just like we had some kind of plant in the Children of Lita, we have some animals in the Children of Ostara. Now, that being said, the campaign is of course ended. It was a success. I don't know if she's already working on the third deck of the series, but I'm going to keep an eye out for it. Okay. And I am going to play with this deck very soon. Now, thanks for watching. As always, you can find in the description of the video my email address to book a reading with me. You can find my handle of Instagram if you want to follow me there as well. And as always, I remind you that the subscription to the channel is totally free for you. It's just a way for you to sustain the channel and allow it to keep existing. The same goes for you liking the video, putting a like under the video if of course you have enjoyed it, and also leave me comments, even a hello or a little emoji or something, just to engage with the video and allow other people that have yet to find me to be surprised with these videos in the suggested. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.